Hello and welcome everybody to another Lorwyn Eclipsed draft video. I'm Paul Cheon and today we are sitting at rank number 5. We went a clean 7-0 with honestly a deck that I didn't expect to get there, but you know what? We drew well, we played all the colors, and it was a whole lot of fun. I am having a blast drafting this format so far, and you know what? I'm continuing to explore all the different archetypes in Lorwyn Eclipsed. Now, before we head into this draft, I did want to say that this video is brought to you by TCGplayer.com. Go to TCGplayer.com for all your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. If you want to buy some booster boxes of Lorwyn Eclipsed, or you wanted some singles for your standard, modern, Pioneer, or Commander decks, go to TCGplayer.com and make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Also, go to HeavyPlay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. They are your one-stop shop for top-of-the-line deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, and much, much more. Go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. They're also basically every Magic the Gathering convention. Swing by their booth. Tell them Paul sent you for 10% off in person as well. Alrighty, what do we have? There's a lot of sweet rares. You know, I've been seeing this card. This is probably the rare I've seen the most and playing with and against. I mean, it is an absolutely amazing card. Champions of the Perfect. The last draft, we had one of these as well. That was like a 4-color elf nonsense deck. We'll see if we can keep it more reasonable this time. But of course, I'm going to take this. Raiding Schemes, 5 mana for an enchantment. Each non-creature spell you cast has Conspire. Okay, that's okay, but certainly not Champions of the Perfect. Kith Keeper is a fine consideration at uncommon. Oftentimes it'll make you like 2 or 3 tokens for 7 mana. It's a lot though, it's expensive. At common, I think the only real consideration is probably Cinder Strike, one of the best removal spells in the format, and then also Mist Meadow Council, which is a nice common for the Kithkin deck. Sting Slinger is also quite nice for the goblins, and then Tributary Vaulter. If you're very, very heavy, Merfolk can be good, but none of these really compares to, of course, Champions of the Perfect. So let's start with that, and then, you know, hope that the elves are open. All right, pack 1, pick 2. What do we have? Rhymefire Torque is not particularly interesting. Moonlit Lamenter is fine. Although starting Champions of the Perfect Moonlit Lamenter is a little bit weird. This is just a decent creature to draw cards with. There's Boulder Dash, which is a decent interactive spell, but I don't really love it paired with Champions of the Perfect. Now, you know, this is an interesting pick. Normally, I would be lower on effects like this, like a 4-mana 4/4 with upside, but I feel like the upside is high enough. This is an elf, and after taking this, I'm going to just be very mindful of my mana curve, but I want to try to cut off green if possible, and I do think Safe Ride Cavalry, maybe it's slightly worse than Boulder Dash, but not enough worse, where I should take the Boulder Dash. Okay, well, I don't even understand how this happens. This is one of the best rares in the entire set. I don't care. You don't even have to be in elves. I cannot. Okay. This actually upsets me that I got this third pick, but you know what? Obviously, I'm going to take it. This is a great site that green is open. There's also Thoughtweft Lieutenant, which is very, very good if you do end up in Kithkin. So certainly Kithkin seems like it might be open here based on what we see. Tanafel Rhyme Speaker is a fine creature as well if you do the Elementals thing. But Figure of Fable is completely busted. You can play it in elves because it's hybrid, so you can just spend a bunch of green mana to pull off what you want. This card's insane. All right, moving on to pack 1, pick 4, we have some more Kithkin here, and Kithkin could be open, but so can elves. There's also Mudbutton Curse Tosser, but I'm looking at Midnight Tilling, Vinebred Brawler, and Gathering Stone as an option. I have 2 4-drops, so probably looking at one of these 2 cards instead. I mean, given my start, I think I want to take the Vinebred Brawler over the Tilling, but I do have 2 really good creatures, but I think the Tilling is easier to pick up. So let's take the Vinebred Brawler here and move on. And yeah, I mean, certainly elves and Kithkin are open here. So the people passing to me are like in elementals or something, I guess. But that's a Creekwood Safe Right, which is solid. There's Temple Garden and Liminal Hold. So certainly the Kithkin stuff also seems to be open. But, you know, you know what the tiebreaker is? Champions of the Perfect, right? So Creekwood Safe Right is good along with Gathering Stone. But I have 2 4-drops. Let's take the Creekwood Safe Right here. Wow, how many Gathering Stones is that? That's insane. So it's between Gathering Stone and Changeling Wayfinder. All right, you know what? I'll take one of these. I just feel like there's plenty of 3-mana elves I can take, and I don't know if I care about the lands. And I think this card can be quite good as long as you're really, really heavy elves. Protective Response is a really good removal spell too. And like I said, I do think that... Oh, gosh. Okay. I might have to make a pivot here. We are seeing a fair number of really good Kithkin cards here. I will take the Flock Imposter and see where this goes. Yeah, Miss Meadow Council, geez. There is also Dawn's Light Archer. You know what? I haven't drafted, like, I think I'm going to lean into the elves here over the Kithkin, but I fully am aware that that could be incorrect. Let's take Scarblade's Malice. I mean, I have 3 elf cards. It's all kind of close. I guess I'll take the Moonlit Lamenter in case that's an angle we need to go. Surly Farrier, Wanderbrine, Preacher. All right, so Merfolk, I mean, look, this is one of those drafts where I feel like, I don't know, it feels like I could be doing a number of different things. And honestly, the reason why we're still kind of looking to be Golgari is simply because I have this rare, which I think is incredible, and we'll see what happens. All right, Wanderwine Distractor, and move on. Overgrown Tomb. Wow, this pack kind of stinks. There is certainly some Kithkin cards here in the Kinsbale Aspirant. But for Golgari, I mean, what do I have? There is a Dawnhand Eulogist and an Overgrown Tomb. And you know what's actually really interesting? This card, I know it's a really, really small sample size. But this card is performing as like a top 3 or 4 common in Golgari. So for that reason, I will take it over the Overgrown Tomb. 4 mana, 3/3. It's a self-mill effect. You drain your opponent for 2, and it has Menace. It seems like it's got just enough going on where it's actually performing very, very well. So let's take that here and move on. Pack 2, pick 2. No good elves. There is a Reaping Willow and a Shadow Urchin. This is a good card, especially because Elves mills itself a lot, so I think I'm going to take Reaping Willow over Shadow Urchin. When you attack, you blight 1, whenever a creature you control with a counter. This is a lot easier to cast, though, but I don't think I care too much about blighting. Yeah, I'm going to take the Reaping Willow. I mean, I have lots of 4s, but I feel like this card does a lot of work in this type of deck that has a bunch of self-mill elements to it, right? Although it is my second non-elf, we'll note. All right, pack 2, pick 3. What do we have? We have Anti-Sentence, Darkness Descends, Noggle Robber, and Gangly Stompling as options. I think I could use some cheap spell / interaction, and I don't think I need Gangly Stompling, so I will take the Anti-Sentence here, and hopefully I can pick up some more elves here. We're getting cut off pretty badly here in pack number 2. All right, we have another Encumbered Reejerey, which is quite good. We have Gnarlbark Elm, which is a solid creature, and a Dawnhand Eulogist, which is another 4-drop. I'm going to take Gnarlbark Elm. I mean, I think Dawnhand Eulogist might be... It's even possible that it's a slightly better card, but I have to respect my mana curve here, and I just have too many 4-drops already. Another Eulogist. I'm going to take Morkant's Eyes here over Gnarlbark Elm and Midnight Tilling. This card can do a lot of work. Now, you do need to make sure that you have a fair number of elves. But remember, when you sacrifice this card, this is an elf enchantment. So it makes you an elf right away. So let's try this card. Morkant's Eyes, Gathering Stone. And look, I really want to focus on elves here if possible, but I'm not seeing any. There's Celestial Reunion, which I don't think is very strong at all. There is interaction here in Blightrot and Great Forest Druid. I'm going to take the Blightrot here. This is a decent 2-drop, but I just need some interaction. I have 0 removal, and hopefully we can pick up some cheap elves to put into our deck. Midnight Tilling is an excellent inclusion here. Fine 2-mana play. Anti-Sentence, wow, Sizzling Changeling late. Or Mud Button Curse Tosser. Now, without goblins, I don't think this is that great. So I don't think I'm going to take it. I think I just take another Anti-Sentence. Look. It's still a 2-mana play, right? It still kills little things. I don't know if I necessarily want to play 2, but, you know, in a pinch, I'll do it. Here we have Unforgiving Aim and Nightmare Sower. How many instants do I have? I don't have that many instants, but it is a 4-mana 2/3 lifelinker. And I don't think I'm going to play Unforgiving Aim. Granted, I don't think I'm going to play the Nightmare Sower either. It seems like it's the worst of my 4-mana options. All right, so certainly pack number 2 was a miss. Pumbloom and Pret, they took all my good cards. But hopefully we can get the hookups here in pack number 3, because I do feel like this was reasonably open in pack 1. I think Kithkin were certainly more open, but again, getting the Champions of the Perfect means you should really lean towards that direction here if you can. Oh, this rare is awesome. Sunderflock, 9 mana for a 5/5. It costs X less, where X is the greatest mana value among elementals you control. So oftentimes, assume you have like a 3 mana elemental in play, right? 7 minus 3 is 4. So 6 mana for a 5/5 flyer. When this enters, return all non-elemental creatures to their owner's hand. It's absolutely bonkers. But for me, I need a 2-drop. I'm going to take Creekwood Safe-Right here over the Dundulin Weaver. I do think the Weaver is good, but I think the Safe-Right is a little more important. Increase our elf count, which isn't super high. We're currently at 7, and it works really well with everything else. Oh my gosh. Champion of the Klaken. I mean, look. Wanderbrine Trapper. Yeah, I mean, that obviously we have Champions of the Perfect. This would have been awesome in a Kithkin deck here. But you know what? Look, at this point, we have locked into what we're doing. Obviously, it doesn't make any sense to take Champion of the Klaken anymore. I will take Lissalon Informant. I need more 2-drops. It's an elf. It helps put things into my graveyard. Still happy to just pick these cards up. This deck could use like an Evolving Wilds just to be able to make this easier to cast. This pack is fairly weak. I don't really care about Perfect Intimidation. I guess it's just Moonglove Extractor. I don't love it, but you know, it's just another elf that I can play on curve, right? It's just okay. Well, look, like I mentioned before, Elves and Kithkin seemed open, and there's Assert Perfection here as well. And I think this card is excellent, but I don't think it's better than Morkant's Loyalist. This card is absolutely bananas, so we'll take it. Here, pack 3, pick 5. Ooh, Klaken Festival, Marrow Sky Swimmer, all good cards, but I am very, very happy picking up Scarblade Scout. And hey, look, you know, this pack was really, really important. Not in the, I mean, obviously we don't have any interaction, but it was really important for us to just pick up 2-drops. And all 2-drops that I'm happy with. They're all elves. We have now increased our elf count to 11, which is great. And yeah, I mean, this is certainly a collection of cards that I can work with here. All right, pack 3, pick 6. We have Guiltleaf's Embrace versus a 3rd Auntie Sentence. And yeah, I'll take Guiltleaf's Embrace. I think this is, I'm not 100% on this, but I actually think this is a fine combat trick. Indestructible, trample until end of turn. Like, I do think this is like a totally fine card to play. I'm going to take Dawn's Light Archer just to take more elves for the curve. Late Protective Response, I think this card's great. Chomping Changeling, great sideboard card. Honestly, in the best of 3 setting, I might consider taking the Chomp Changeling, but here, we will just keep taking more elves. So 12 elves now. So, I mean, at the very least, like, we have a totally fine mana curve, right? 2.7 curve. 4 2s, couple of Auntie-Sentences, and a couple of tricks that are on the filler end of the spectrum. But look, I mean, you know, play what you need to play. But maybe we table something. All right, there is a Mischievous Sneakling. I'm gonna play it. It's an elf, and it's a 2-drop. It's not the best, but it fills the curve. Here, there's another Dawn's Light Archer. Okay. All right, so like, yeah. I don't know. We actually have cuts we need to make now, which is good. Crossroads Watcher. Wow. Wanderwine Trapper with 4 cards left? That is a travesty. This card's amazing. I'm a hater. What can I say? Look, there are people in this pod that I might randomly play against, okay? And I'm not playing any of these cards, right? All right, so 25 cards. Now, this isn't like the perfect deck by any means. We are absolutely lacking in interaction. We had some opportunities at removal, but I chose against it. Namely, we had the chance at taking in Assert Perfection, but we took Morkant's Loyalist. I think that was the big one. We took the Blight Route when we had the opportunity, and this is where we're at. So now I'm going to set aside some cards on the side here that can be potential cuts, including some of these combat tricks. I think we're pretty heavy on 3s, so I think we can certainly cut some number of these as well. Although I guess this is probably the worst one of what we have here. I should probably just overload on the elves here and just play all 17 creatures. It just works really well with the Gathering Stone and the Morkant's Loyalist and Dawnhand Eulogist, etc., etc. And so I think as far as spells are concerned, it's cutting some number of these. I think I'm going to cut Scarblade's Malice, keep the Embrace, and cut one copy of Auntie's Sentence. Alright, this seems fine. Certainly not like the nuts elf deck by any means, but I think it's a totally fine functional elf deck. Let's see what happens if we end up drafting a more middle-of-the-road elf deck and see how that plays out. All right, now before round one starts, I do want to say that if you've been enjoying all this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, I do have a Patreon channel. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Big shout out to all the patrons. Thank you so much for your support. Access to the Patreon gives you access to my Discord channel, which I believe is a really great way to join a great group of folks looking to up their limited game. I post monthly videos, I do monthly streams, and there's a lot of resources on the Discord as well. So if you're serious about upping your limited game, check it out. All right, opponent on the play. Oh, I'm rank 4 now. Nice. We have a turn 1 Figure of Fable. Love to see it. Playing blue-red. Figure of Fable is dead. It is dead meat. Nope. Gravel Gill Scoundrel. Okay. So I can pump this right now into a 2-3. I also have Auntie Sentence. They're playing this. I wonder if I should just look at their hand. No, I'm going to just wait. I think I'm going to invest some money into the Figure of Fable. Oh, this is only 1 mana to utilize. I see. If that's the case, then I'm just going to play this thing. Because next turn I could go Auntie Sentence plus level up the Figure of Fable. Ooh, never mind. Oh, never mind. We have things we need to kill. Oh, I should have played a swamp. Oh well. Alright, let's kill you. And let's pump you up now. And pass. Okay, 3 cards in hand, but they did not play anything. I kind of don't want to play this right now because I don't really have an elf in my graveyard. They could easily have a removal spell, the 4 mana 5 damage spell for the Figure of Fable. So I think I'm going to hold off on that as well. So I think my best bet here is just playing Moonglove Extractor. And then I just feel like they have a really good shot at a removal spell on the Figure of Fable. Oh, never mind. Unexpected this. And also next turn, I can play the Loyalist. And that makes it so I can attack with the Moonglove Extractor. Now if they have that 2 damage, 1 damage card, that would be very bad. Silvergill Mentor in blue-red is interesting, I will say. Alright, Safe Right Cavalry versus Morkant's Loyalist. No reason to attack with this. They still have 3 mana. Yeah, I'm still just going to play the Cavalry here. This just allows me to attack them, you know what I mean? Stop, okay. Yeah, okay, Tweeze, sure. I mean, I kind of expected removal, so... And they didn't rummage, so their hand is awesome. I do have Reaping Willow to get this back. If possible, I would like to be able to play this when I have 4 black mana and utilize it right away. So, I'm going to kind of see if I can wait for that spot to happen. Obviously, if I have literally nothing else to do, I might just play it out. Alright, Dawn's Light Archer. They have 3 cards in hand. Can't be blocked by more than 1 creature. Alright, so let's attack here. We'll just pass. I don't want to play Morkant's Loyal. I guess I'm just gonna pass and keep up Dawn's Light Archer. They're a tricky deck. They have like infinite instants. I feel like they have a counterspell, but we'll see. No, oh, Blossom Bind? Sure. The interesting thing about that is I can still utilize the ability on the Safe Right Cavalry. Why would you do that? Oh, okay. I'm confused. We'll see what happens. Oh, that's not even that. I mean, that's fine, I guess. Alright. Consider me unimpressed. Alright, I'm gonna play Lissalana Informant. Because I have the Dawn's Light Archer that I can ambush the Glamour Gifter with. Ooh, Swamp. I'm gonna keep the Swamp. I actually will. The reason why I'm keeping the Swamp is because then I can play Reaping Willow and activate immediately. Which one of these do I kill, even? Oh, I guess I won't be able to kill either. Now the question is... Oh, okay. Alright, alright, alright. They got a Spine Rock Tyrant? Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. Well, this turned into a disaster. This turned into an absolute disaster. Alright, they're at 12 life. What does this do? 6/6 deals damage in the form of Wither. Okay. Sure. I mean, they played, like, an amazing... Yeah. They have 3 amazing rares. Whew. Very nice deck. Alright, what do I do? I kind of want to just play both, right? Like, getting this back next turn isn't even that good. So if they kill my Reaping Willow, so be it. You have 1 red. There's nothing you can have here, right? Oh, this deck is amazing. Really great job, Magister Ludi. Very, very solid blue-red deck. I can't say that I love the Silvergill Mentor, but, I mean... You probably have more Merfolk than I know. Alright, 18-8 though, so they still need to be careful with how they choose to attack me. If I win this game, I mean, that'll be something else, right? Like, this deck is amazing. Whew. Okay. Midnight Tilling. Sure. I like how the Spine Rock Tyrant is in play, but they can't attack or block with it. I think that's kind of funny. It doesn't give trample, right? So we'll just let that trade happen. Now I have to make a decision. Do I want to play the Midnight Tilling first before I Surveil? I think the answer is yes. Let's take the Dawnhand Eulogist. Oh! Well, I guess that doesn't really matter. So now the question is, do I want to play the Dawnhand Eulogist here, or activate the Reaping Willow and get something back, right? I can either get back Figure of Fable or Creekwood Safe-Right and put it onto the battlefield. The issue is I don't have more green mana. I only have the 3. Oh, I just milled 1. Maybe I should have kept it. But I think I'm going to go with the Creekwood Safe-Right, actually. Well, maybe I just played a Dawnhand Eulogist. It's a menace creature. Gets them kind of low. Alright, let's just do that. Alright. The Creekwood Safe-Right also continues to grow. This puts them in a really tough spot, like... I have this Reaping Willow, but they can't even, you know, they can't really kill it. So this needs to be blocked by 2 things. And I have the Creekwood Safe-Right. I can only activate this as a sorcery. What do I want to get back? I can get back Gnarlbark Elm, actually. Does that do anything? No, that seems weaker than one of these other bigger cards. Let's get back Figure of Fable. Let's play the land. Okay. They're just like, they can't win. I thought that was a pretty tough attack for me, but I cannot believe we won that game. I cannot believe we won that game. Like, there was just not, like, a great thing for me to do. But, I mean, look at that, by the way. That 4-mana 4/4, my opponent had to Blossom Bind it, but that ability was still really strong. So, just, like, that card normally is, like, just an okay creature, a 4-mana 4/4 with some upside. That is better than that. Alright, gonna keep this hand here. 3 lands, Creekwood Safe-Right ×2, and Dawn's Light Archer. Hopefully we can find a way to get an elf into the graveyard. I mean, oftentimes, like, the Dawn's Light Archer will probably trade, you know what I mean? Oh, wow, Vinebred Brawler. That's a nice one. That's a good way to actually trade with something, and then also pump this up, right? Boggart Prankster, okay. I'm gonna play the oh, man, if they don't kill this, they could be in some trouble. Black-white. Don't see that color combination that often. It can still be good. Like, if those colors were open, it can absolutely be good. So if they kill the Brawler... I mean, if they have a removal spell, they kind of have to kill the Brawler. I mean, alternatively, they can just play a creature, right? Like, if they play any creature in double block, like, that'll also work. So... the issue is, if they use the removal spell on the safe right, then the Prankster will get eaten by the Brawler. Oh, I guess they can... what am I saying? They can attack with the... they can attack with the Prankster, of course. Wow. Okay. I mean, if this trades with this... if this 2/2 trades with a 5/4... I am okay with that if my Vinebred Brawler remains in play, right? That's still just an excellent situation to be in, so. I think they should trade the Chaos Spewer for the Vinebred Brawler, but looks like they're not going to. Oh, maybe they just want to beat me down? Wow, okay. So now I have an interesting choice. I can go Lissalana Informant and try to hit something. Or just play Dawn's Light Archer and trade with the Spewer. I think I'm going to go with the Dawn's Light Archer here. This is a little more mana efficient, but there's just like 50% chance I miss anyways, and then having those two creatures doesn't seem that strong, so... let's play the Archer. If they kill it, they kill it. We are winning this race if they kill it. Yep. Alright, Safe Right Cavalry or these two. I'm going to play these two. Let's go Informant. What if it's a Swamp? Ooh, I'll keep Morkant's Eyes. Alright, they are at 8 life. We have a huge board, and both my Creekwood Safe Rights are growing. They're now 2-mana 3/3s. This is a lot. And remember, the Brawler has to be blocked. Now, if they pass with a lot of mana open, it does get kind of scary. So we'll see what they do. Spiral into Solitude, sure. Yep, and they can't attack me. No attacks from us. And this grows into a 4/4. We can play the Morkant's Eyes, like, at some point. We don't need to play it now. I'd rather add to the board here. I mean, look, that was... they've played... Pyrrhic Strike is premium removal. They've played 3 really good removal spells. They absolutely have. Land would be awesome here. Guiltleaf Embrace, also awesome. Alright, so what's going to happen here? They're going to block the 4/4 with something. I mean, I can't see how this goes wrong, so. So, if I go Guiltleaf Embrace here, it's not lethal, right? 2, 6, they go to 1. So I think it's better to just do this. They go to 3, And then my Creekwood Safe Rights grow. I mean, they hit me with a nice. What do you want me to do? These are both lethal attacks, unless they play like... Okay. GG. Oh, and we hit Gathering Stone. All right, well, you know what? Just classic elf hand, nothing too fancy at all. Also, we are like hard stuck here in rank 5. We are 2-0. We need to break through that barrier. I don't know if we're going to be able to do it with this deck. Certainly, we do have a fair number of decent uncommons, but in order to get a trophy, we need to draw that 4-mana 6/6 elf often. All right, opponent on the play here. We have 2 forests and a oh, there's Champions of the Perfect and Figure of Fable. Now, I don't have a 2-drop, but Figure of Fable is something I can do on turn 2, so that kind of makes up for it. This is, by the way, one of the best rares in the set, actually, Flitterwing Nuisance. Sorry, excuse me. Somebody actually corrected me, so shout out to the person who did. Nuisance. Nobody ever taught me how to say it, alright? Nobody ever taught me how to say it. So, I say it the way that I say it. I actually don't really care if this dies, like, based on my hand. If they attack me with the Flame Chain Mauler, I don't think it's very good, so... Alright, so they just hit me for 1. Another Flame Chain Mauler. Let's pump this up. Pump it up. Okay, Swamp. Now what? So there's Vinebred Brawler. I'm just gonna pass, I think. Because now it's like they can't really attack me. And if they bounce this somehow, then I can just play the Sneakling here. It's still an option, right? But the fact that I have the ability to turn this into a 4/5 is very, very good, of course. And probably something that I actually will be doing. Seems better than just playing the Sneakling. And then if I have a 4/5 and a 6/6, it's certainly going to be pretty tough for them to deal with both to get a good attack in next turn. Oh, wow. Dawn's Light Archer. Let us behold the... I want to behold the most expensive card, so I'll behold the Eulogist for now. We'll chill for now because we're on the defensive. Because if they deal with this, which, you know, there's a good chance that they do, then I can figure out some other stuff. Okay, okay, so that's good. I mean, we should attack, right? Well, this shouldn't attack, I guess. Actually, should this attack even? Okay, let's just play the safe game, I guess. It's like, I can't... Oh my god, are you kidding me? They play 2 of the best rares in the set. Sunderflock? Okay, well this is an elemental, so I can play this out. Wow. Is this an elemental? No? Okay, that's insane. Yep. Oh, that's not an elemental, okay. Well, at least there's that. Alright, well, we are going to try to minimize some damage here. Block everything. Okay, let's play this. I might want the Eulogist now to gain life. Let's just get rid of the Vinebred Brawler. Alright. But a 5/5 flyer is going to be very, very tough. We are now in race mode. I need to be a lot more aggressive here. Because I'm taking truckloads of damage off of this thing. Whew. Man, Are you kidding me? We gotta hit them with a nice... A second Sunderflock? This is the best Elementals deck I've ever seen. I mean, I'm just dead. I'm actually just dead. Like, my hand was amazing. But their hand was better. Wow. Alright, well... Not much you can do to that one. Wait, how did we go? We started at rank 5. We went 2-1. And now we're rank 7. The grind is real, friends. Alright, on the play here, 3 Swamps, Blight Rot, and some Elves. I need Forest badly. I'm gonna mulligan. That hand doesn't play. Okay, alright, you know what? I mean, I'm gonna keep this hand. I'll bottom the triple black card. But I do have Champions of the Perfect. I mean, this hand's obviously not great. This hand needs a Swamp. You know one rule I think they should implement? It's a really... I guess it's kind of a tough rule to implement. I feel like you should always be given the ability to play 1 Evolving Wilds. You should always be given the ability to play 1 Evolving Wilds in all of your draft decks. Like, you can just do it. Now, it's kind of hard to implement in real life. Unless, you know, Evolving Wilds is like an evergreen type land, but I don't know. Alright, Eclipsed Marrow turn 3. Very good. The Eclipsed uncommons are amongst the best uncommons in the entire set. So no land here is certainly unfortunate. And yeah, deck is betraying us now. I mean, to be fair, the last loss was like totally fine, understandable loss, right? That was just very, very good. Alright, we still failed to draw land, and this will happen in Magic. This looks like the counterspell. I'm surprised they didn't attack me. Alright, ooh, this is actually very interesting. They have 3 cards in hand, and I have a few options. I can kill the Meander's Guide, because getting back Eclipse Marrow is so strong. They have 3 cards in hand. Yeah, let's just do that. Do I want this card? I do not. They drew a card off of that, so that's obviously super strong. I guess Sneakling is like the worst option here. If they have an answer for Champions of the Perfect, it's probably over. Not over, but it's going to be very, very tough. This Tanafel Rhyme Speaker is doing so much work. Oh my god, this is gross. Okay, draw a card. Draw a card. Alright. So they're drawing lots of cards. We're also drawing lots of cards. This might be a close one. We shall see. But they're dealing 5 damage in the air to us. But we have some formidable ground attackers, and they're at 10 life, so... Could go any way, and a lot of it just comes down to the type of interaction that they might have. Guilt Leaves Embrace was an absolutely incredible draw. Because they probably have that Convoke removal spell. I'll pass priority. Oh, wow. Okay. Let's play this. I'm sacrificing 2 points of damage to keep up Guiltleaf's Embrace. Wow. That was insane. So they get 2 things. Okay. That's a... Alright. That was actually very good to counter this and the card draw ability. But I have Figure of Fable. And if they don't deal with that, they're just dead. Yeah, these don't do anything. I mean, their deck looks awesome. Just a really, really good Merfolk deck. Okay. Yep. Figure of Fable is... Remember Absolute Virtue? Yeah, imagine Absolute Virtue in the form of 1-drop. I cannot believe we won this game. We got to our rare. We missed like land drop number 4 for several turns. But then we ultimately ended up getting there. I am very happy about that. Alright, on the play here. No 2-drop, so if I play against Kithkin, I might be in trouble. But I do have turn 2 Midnight Tilling into a 3-drop, so... Oh, I do have a 2-drop. There you go. Creekwood Safe Right. Bam. Red-green. Okay. Ooh, Great Forest Druid. I'm actually just gonna kill that. Like, I feel like, generally speaking, a red and green deck that plays a turn 2 Druid, like, the Druid's going to be very important for that deck to function. Play Safe Right Cavalry. As much as I want to get Gathering Stone going, I think it's better to just obviously play this 4/4. Not they could have no, they don't have Seer. Seer? Did they have Seer? Why don't you want to Seer the Creekwood Safe Right? Okay. Alright, now what? We have Moonglove Extractor, Gathering Stone, and Dawnhand Eulogist. I think I like this. I can Midnight Tilling back a land, but this is a menace creature, so it's going to be able to attack next turn. I'm going to be able to drain them. And this is a 3/3 as well, so... I mean, they have to have at least... Oh my gosh, Evolving Wilds. What is going on over there? Oh, they could have the 4-mana 5 damage spell, I guess. Okay. Let's just play the Extractor and then go Midnight Tilling end of turn. I think killing the... I'm hoping that killing the Grey Forest Druid was really good. We'll see. I mean, they're a 6 life here. Kolrath Zealot. Sure. Okay, Midnight Tilling. Let's get back. Figure of Fable. Let's play Gathering Stone. Let's name Elf. Surveil. That goes into the graveyard. I don't have lethal because they can just block this. So let's just attack with our menace creature. Play Figure of Fable. Pump it up. And then this becomes a 5/5. So opponent at 3 life, we are out of action, but we have a Gathering Stone in play, which hopefully, you know, finds us what we need here. We've done some self-milling here. We have, what, 2 elves in the graveyard? I'm thinking about Morkant's Eyes. We also have Figure of Fable in play, which can close out the game. So, you know, certainly I expect them to have some interaction here. What the hell? What is this? Okay. I was like, is there a double strike fling effect that I'm missing out on? Don't know, but yeah, a little bit of a clunky draw there. Look, so my initial assessment of the format was that the format's super fast, and maybe it's not, but I think it's still important, even if it's average speed. Like, you just simply like, this is not a format where you can just play a bunch of really expensive cards and hold back. You still need to play a bunch of creatures, like, respect the fact that you need to play a good number of 2s and 3s, because all the good archetypes want to play early to the board, right? You're looking at the Kithkin decks, the elf decks, the merfolk decks, so just keep that in mind. All right. We are on the draw here, but we do have 3 lands, a 2-drop, and a 3-drop. We have Safe Right Cavalry and Reaping Willow if we hit land number 4, specifically Swamp, and we did draw it. So at least we can know that we'll be able to curve out here. I mean, nothing spectacular by any means, but, you know. All right, we're playing against an elf deck, which we'll see what happens. Scarblade Scout, milling 2 swamps. We also hit Scarblade Scout. I guess I will play it. Really good with Reaping Willow. Huh. No attack. Ah, the classic no attack, no block. Oh, they probably have the 4-2. It's fine. Oh, Nameless Inversion? Okay. Sure. Why didn't they attack me? That doesn't make any sense. Alright. Eclipsed Elf, getting a land, sure. We drew Blight Rot. Let's play Safe Right Cavalry. Next turn we can go Sneakling plus Blight Rod if necessary. And then we have Reaping Willow to get back, I suppose, Moonglove Extractor. I suppose they could have Assert Authority, is that the name? The bite spell? If they do, certainly they want to use it to kill the cavalry. Like, when you have the lifelink creatures, you don't know if I can kill your creature or do some, or have my own combat trick. So for that reason, you should always look to get the attacks in if you can. You know what I mean? But my opponent so far has been playing super conservatively, so even this attack, I wouldn't be shocked if somehow all of the damage goes through. Oh, I shouldn't have attacked with the scout, actually. That was actually really bad. I hope they don't see this block. Yeah, I actually messed that up, personally. It took them 7 years to figure it out, but I actually attacked too quickly. So, yeah, no, good on them for seeing this. That was my fault. My bad. I mean, I needed to get that 6-5 off the battlefield, but 2-for-1ing myself is absolutely not what I should have done. I should have just attacked with the cavalry. So that one's 100% on me. Pitiless Fists, okay. Sure. Trade a 2-2 for a 3-2 always seems good. Let's play Dawnhand Eulogist. Gives me potentially better targets. I hate that I milled the Gathering Stone. That would have been quite nice. I don't actually have a great thing to get back here. Midnight Tilling here. Ooh, they hit Dawnhand Dissident. Okay. Sure. Oh, they got back a Swamp. Interesting. Gnarl Bark Elm. Okay. Get to attack. So they can't kill the Dawnhand Eulogist. So the reason why I'm doing it like this is they actually might not remove the counters here. Dream Harvest, okay. They hit two things. Dawn's Light Archer and Queequeg Safe-Right. Wow. Very, very good. All right. Yeah, I mean, I don't think this card is very good at all, but hitting two things was certainly not bad there for them. All right. They are doing a pretty good job of not, like, leaving their Gnarlbark Elm exposed. Now, this is a sorcery speed effect, so I can still just block. Certainly blocking the Queequeg Safe-Right here if I can. Looks like they have a trick. Why did they let me block? What the hell? Okay. Okay, never mind. They're just... Alright, it's fine. They're just... Okay. 3-3. Let's go Reaping Willow and Lissalana Informant. Figure of Fable we will absolutely keep. Inspired Blackthorn on... what kind of draw is that? What? Oh, they didn't see it! They could have put it on Gnarlbark Elm! Okay, my opponent, there are some missteps here, I'm just gonna say, okay? We have run into some missteps. What can I get back? Moonglove Extractor? There's nothing I want to get back is the problem. Like, I can just get something back just to get it back. I'm wondering if that's a good thing to do or if I care more about winning with Figure of Fable. I think I've identified my path to victory here. And it involves winning with Figure of Fable. Alright. Wait, why did I gain life? Did I gain life? It felt like I gained life. Oh, this is a 1/4 lifelinker, duh. Okay. Okay, that doesn't do much. I mean, it's good. It's a 2/3 that generates mana, but... Whoa! Do they have blue mana here? Green, green, black... Oh, no, no. Exile target, artifact or enchantment. Oh, it's just a 6/5. Okay. I can't do this yet. Okay. Midnight Tilling. I'm at 23 life. I am going to pump this up and leave up Guiltleaf Embrace, I think. And again, giving me the option to... Although, to be fair, having a 3/6 on this board, is that good? Yeah, having a 3/6 still seems pretty good. Okay, fine. Let's get back. Basically, they have one turn to draw a removal spell. If they don't draw a removal spell, we are good. What a stupid card. Why did they print this thing? I mean, this 1-drop is absolutely unreal. Let's put it this way. You know what a hallmark of a card like you know a card is busted, that card would be an excellent addition to Cube. That is an excellent addition to Cube. Right? It's just like, it's like Hex Drinker Figure of Destiny. It's insane. Alrighty, on the play here. Hey, we do have a 2-drop. It's Midnight Tilling or Anti-Sentence. I'm actually not sure which one to run out. I think I'm going to go with Midnight Tilling. Because for the most part, any 2-drop I should be able to kill unless they played a Death Touch creature. Oh my god. Look at this. I guess I'll take Champions of the Perfect. No, I milled the Figure of Fable. Alright, it's okay. So now this is actually interesting. So normally I would play a creature here. But I think it's also nice to be able to see what they're working with. So let's take a look at their hand. Especially because I want to save playing my creatures until after playing Champions of the Perfect anyways. And this gives me information if they have removal spell. Like removal spells. They have to have a permanent here, right? So, let's see. They do have a Seer. Sizzling Changeling, Kolrath Zealot, and Dream Caesar. I'll take the Sizzling Changeling, because it's their only 3-mana play. And given that they don't have a way to kill my Champions of the Perfect, we are absolutely running it out here. We will behold Dawn's Light Archer. Actually, we kind of, this hand's kind of out of gas, right? Like if we got 6 lands here, so if they kill this, then we're in trouble. Oh my gosh. Come on. Oh, that sucks. I mean, it was a 2-for-1, but like, we were kind of all in on that. Oh, and they, what? Okay, well. We have how many elves in the yard? 2 elves? Okay. Blight 1, Surveil 1. They can't play the Kolrath Zealot just yet. They will play Dream Caesar. Put a counter on it. I will discard this Swamp. So now my Vinebred Brawler will trade with the Dream Caesar, I guess. Which is not great. But it still pushes damage through, I guess. But they have this Kolrath Zealot as well. I mean, I can also just attack with Creekwood Safe, right? Maybe that's better. They can also block Blight 2. And then on their turn, cast the card in my graveyard. But, like, they can't really play Champions of the Perfect anyways. Oh, no, they can, because they have the Elf. Oh. Okay. Yeah, this might be tough. Oh, that Cinder Strike. So clutch, Cloth. You are so clutch. The clutchest in all the land. I think they're probably looking for a land here. I'm looking for like a combat trick or a removal spell for Kolrath Zealot, but you know that I basically have no removal in my deck, so. And they kept the card on top, so it must be like a land here to play at the Zealot or a removal spell for the safe, right? Oh, it's just a Shadow Urchin. That's a little bit... Oh, wow, actually? That is good. Shadow Urchin's good with all these -1/-1 counters. So, I mean, my only game plan here now is to just be as aggressive as possible, I think. Okay. They get to remove 3 counters. Man, I don't know what this card does. All I know is this card's awesome. Boulder Dash. Okay. Oh, okay, got it. They might want to block, I don't know. Yeah, this is where, like, these are my two really good cards. And if they deal with it, then all of a sudden I'm stuck with, like, an army of, like, 4/2s, which is not ideal, I will say. Alright, here comes the Kolrath Zealot. This deck looks really sweet. Good interaction. And good value. Not like super aggro, you know what I mean? I basically have to draw like a trick here. Okay, that works. I mean, despite drawing one of my best possible cards, I still don't know that I'm ahead here. But it was certainly a very, very good draw. They're probably going to Blight 2 and exile a creature here, because their Blight 1 Surveil doesn't seem that good. Oh, sure. Wait, how did they exile 3 cards? What the hell does this do? Exile that many cards? Oh my gosh. Okay, so, but they can only play so many cards, right? They can only play 2 of these cards. That was still very good, but they can only play 2 of those cards. So... Oh, yep. I probably wouldn't have chosen that one. Okay, so they can't play these anymore, right? Shouldn't they have cast these? Or is it, do they still have another turn cycle? No. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm beating this Dawnhand Dissident. We're trying our best, but their deck is awesome. This is actually, like, I am very impressed with this deck. Now, granted, almost all of it is coming from this one drop. But actually, the synergies with the Shadow Urchin and the Dissident are fantastic, and I'm glad to see, you know, what this deck has to offer. I think we're pretty significant dogs here. They can't cast this yet. They need to Blight 1 more. They can tap this Blight 1, Surveil 1, then remove the 3 counters and play the Zealot. God, this is so sick. This is so... Dawnhand Dissident's awesome. Wow. Let me look. What's the win rate on this card? Yeah, it's playing out as one of the best rares in the set. And it's not a surprise. For a 1-drop, this thing is amazing. I guess I could have returned. My only hope is to, like... My only hope to win this game is with Champions of the Perfect, right? And, like, rattling off a bunch of creatures in a row. I should have blocked the Shadow Urchin. I wanted to give myself one more draw to get a little more information, but I feel like I took 3 extra points of damage for no reason. Alright, Scuzzback Scrounger. They're also doing a very good job, like, playing with this card. Like, they're getting a lot of value here. If they have a Box Slither's Embrace, I will be kind of upset. I'm still not going to concede, but we're going to be very close to conceding. I think I still have a chance if I draw the 4-mana tree and recur the Figure of Fable. They did have box loaders embrace. I am a little bit upset. All right. You know what? I actually think I'm... Well, you know what? We'll give ourselves one more draw. This is a really, really well-crafted deck. It really is. And you know what's funny about it is it's not really a goblin deck. Right? It's just like... It's just like a Golgari or Rakdos just value deck. And perhaps that's the right... Oh, there's my Reaping Willow. All right. They're at 6. Oh, no. We're super dead. Okay. Yeah. Great deck. I mean, honestly, that was really sweet. Now, you know what? And here's the thing. When you lose to something like that, you want to draft it. So now, I really am hopeful that I get to open that 1-mana creature because it looks bananas. And also, I know how it works now because my opponent played it. Because that's a confusing card. There's lots of words. If there's more than like 15 words on a card, I'm going to misplay it somehow. That's just how it is. Do you think this is actually the real Chris Clay? Alright, I'm gonna go first. For those of you who don't know, Chris Clay was the original game director for Arena when it first came out. And I don't think anybody would make this account. So, it probably is. I wish I had a better hand. You know what I mean? Give some beatdowns. Ooh, they're doing the vivid nonsense. I do have some of the good payoff cards. Ooh, a little salty there. They surveilled the card to the graveyard. I guess they needed a land, and that was a really quick concession. All right, well... I mean, we take those. We are now 6-2 and well on our way to, what is this? Our 1, 2... Okay. Back-to-back trophies. But I mean, just like overall, we are currently sitting at a 69% win rate on the format. So pretty good. Much better than Avatar. All right, opponent on the play, and we have a 2-mana play. It's not a creature, but I'm excited. I want to try out this Morkan size. Hopefully we can... survive. As long as they don't just run us over, we're okay. We're drawing all of our mediocre 3-drops. Every single one of them. Unwelcome Sprite. Okay, we might just be dead. Alright, let's play Morkan size. Oh, excuse me. I do have the Dawn's Light Archers. Okay, so that's a thing. Surveil. Dawnhand Eulogist. I'll keep that. I mean, they're passing with mana up, so I'm just going to flash this in. They could have the Glamour Might. And they get to Surveil too, which is really annoying. They kept both on top. Okay. Alright, well, I mean, these are obviously not, like, great trades, but, you know, I'm going to play this out and hope. Prideful Feastling, okay. I don't want the Informant. Let's just continue filling up our graveyard with... Ooh! I mean... This is not really the type of creature that you're supposed to sandbag, so I'm going to just run it out and try to get some good value. Blossom Bind, okay. Glamour, ooh, they're getting aggro, okay. I mean, it's certainly working. Do I want the land? Nope. Mischievous Sneakling, okay. This is a really interesting spot, because if they have anything, we're in trouble. Really smart from the opponent. Very heads up. If they had a counterspell, they would have attacked with this, so I think this is going to safely resolve. And I'm more interested in killing flyers right now, because I can deal with the ground creatures. Omni changed. Ho ho! That's sick. I don't think I want Gathering like, gosh. They copied Champions of the Perfect. How insane is that? Yeah, I'm not going to take Gathering Stone here. Blight Rot is super interesting. Two cards in hand. Wow. You know, I was wrong about this card, by the way. It seems like it's quite a good card. So that's on me. Let's see what they have. Gnarlbark Elm is not bad. It looks like it's an interactive spell of some kind. Alright, we'll just... If they can blow me out here. I just need to survive. Alright, ooh, I get to get an elf back. Ooh, let's get the reach creature. Okay, well that was really big. Wow. Oh. They got it back. Damn it. Okay. I'm at 5 life. Yep, those attacks make a lot of sense. I hope they don't draw something here. We're gonna block and we're just gonna go for it. Alright, we're at 3 life. That ain't 0. Okay. Don't need the land. Alright, alright, alright. We are on the verge of coming back here. Let's play the 2-drop. Okay. I'm gonna play the Eulogist here to gain me some life as well. Alright, let's play the land, and I'm at 5. I just feel like I cannot lose if I don't die. Okay? So that's what I'm doing here. We're keeping the reach. It deals 6 damage, but we're keeping it back. We can start attacking with all the other creatures. I have Gnarlbark Elm. Voracious Tome Skimmer. Okay. I'm just gonna keep... I don't want to deck myself at this point. Let's kill you. Let's attack with this. Oh, I should have attacked with... Well, I guess they trade here, so it's not that good. I mean, I don't mind any trades now because Morkant's Eyes also just gets bigger and bigger, which is also very, very good for us. I'm going to keep up Dawn's Light Archer in case they kill this one. Yeah, at this point, we're just keeping everything. Ooh, Reaping Willow. Okay, that gets back Figure of Fable, too. Keep everything, like I mentioned. 2 cards in hand. Two cards in hand. What do I do? Let's go Gnarlbark Elm. 8 cards left. Gotta be mindful of that. Maybe I shouldn't have played the Gnarlbark Elm. Feels like still keeping up one... oh, I don't want to play Scarblade Scout. Okay. Like if... Okay. Whew. All right, that got a little bit dicey there. They kept copying my... my 6/6, but I kept finding ways to like deal with it somehow, some way with combat tricks and removal spells. And there you have it, folks. Back-to-back trophies. We are absolutely crushing it so far early into the season. You know, we are up gems, which is obviously a rare thing to do, and we are still sitting at rank number 5 with another trophy, this time with elves. And yeah, this was a really interesting seat because I feel like both elves and Kithkin were open, and I would argue that the Kithkin deck might have actually been a little bit more open, kind of close. We did get past the champion of the Klaken, but at the same time, like this is one of the better rares in the format. I think it's probably better than the Klaken one, but they're close, and I already had this one. So I figured, you know, every time that I had a close pick between an elf or a Kithkin, I kind of leaned elves, unless it was just super clear that I should have taken the white cards. And look, I mean, we still ended up with a couple of Creekwood Safe Rights. We got a Gnarlbark Elm. We got a late Morkan's Loyalist. You know what I mean? We got the Vinebred Brawler. So, I mean, it still felt, and we saw a billion of these too. So it still felt like, sure, somebody else was in elves, but it wasn't like overdrafted. You know what I mean? It wasn't Boros in Powered Cube overdrafted. You know, Powered Cube version 1.0. So all in all, I still think we were able to make a very, very nice functional deck here. Heavy creatures, which is going to be the case for most of the decks in the format. 5 2-drops, Morkant's Eyes. Now, I would have liked to play this card a little bit more, but the Surveil is nice every turn. Also, I mean, look, if that game was a lot closer, or let's say they killed my Champions of the Perfect, right? Then this would have ultimately made me like 5 or 6 tokens, which would have likely been enough to kind of take over the game. So all in all, pretty happy with this. Was fairly impressed with Guiltleaf's Embrace. Just a really, really solid combat trick. Like when you play this, your creature will live, right? It doesn't keep the trample or indestructible, but the turn you play it, you get to force through a good amount of damage, and then this still stays attached to the creature. So again, it's not the type of card that you need to take very highly, but you know, if you're short removal, absolutely a fine card to play, especially as a one-of in your decks. If there was one thing that this deck really, really needed, was probably an interaction spell or two. So, you know, instead of, you know, Dawn's Light Archer number 3 or Moonglove Extractor, if I were to pick up maybe 1 or 2 Assert Authorities, or maybe another Blightrot or Block Slither's Embrace, something along those lines, I think that would have really like taken this deck over the top. But you know what? It doesn't matter, because this was still good enough to get us trophy number 3 in the format. So far, I've been really enjoying this. I have been having success with all kinds of different archetypes. The one deck that I haven't trophied yet with is the Merfolk deck, so hopefully it's open. Hopefully we open a sweet Merfolk rare, and I can continue showcasing all the different decks that you can draft in this format. Now, this format, I will say, very much on rails. It reminds me a lot of Bloomburrow, with perhaps even more signpost payoffs. But at the same time, at least for the first, 15 to 20 drafts, I think this format will be quite fun. But given that there really are only 4 major archetypes or 5 major archetypes that you can draft, if you draft any of the other color combinations that aren't of the proper kindred creature types, then you're definitely fighting an uphill battle, right? You can put together a black-white or a red-white deck sometimes, but on average, those decks will probably not be as good, because you don't get Morkant's Loyalist, you don't get Creekwood Safe Rights, right? You just don't get these type of payoffs. It's not as prevalent. So you can still put it together. It's just those 2 color combinations are super open, or the way that you end up in those color combinations is you open Erdu, like the white bomb, and then in pack 2, you open like an insane black bomb, and then you're just like, all right, and then you have like a Reaping Willow, and you're like, all right, I'm white-black, good cards. Hopefully that's good enough. It absolutely can work, but I think the simplest way to win a bunch of matches is identify the correct kindred type, move into that kindred type, and then put together a deck with a nice mana curve and interaction. Just good ABC magic, and I love me some good ABC magic. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, as I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you enjoyed this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Big shout out to all the patrons. Thank you so much for your support. Additionally, check out TCGplayer.com for all your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. If you want to purchase some booster boxes of Lorwyn Eclipsed or any other Magic the Gathering sealed product, or you wanted some singles for your standard, modern, pioneer, or commander decks, check out TCGplayer.com and make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Last but not least, go to heavyplay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. They are your one-stop shop for top-of-the-line deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, and much, much more. Go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. One last thing. What were they thinking? This card is just unreasonable, and I got a third pick. Shame on all of you who passed me this card.